We're back with another Sakamoto Days chapter review, and we just want to say, Uzuki is a crash out. This man is a crash out. How much hate do you have to have for someone if you fly in a jet and you ram it through the building? Not like you got out of the jet last minute. No, he drove the jet into the building where all the main characters are. Made sure to guide said jet. So that way made sure he killed them instantly. Split the tower in half at the top. And then upon realizing that they weren't dead, he then grabbed bro with a whip, threw him around to said building, and then walked up to his face and tried to shoot him. Dead in his face. You know how crazy, how much of a crash out you have to be? The hatred that you have to have? I don't know anyone in manga who will drive a jet and still be in the jet into said building, survive, and then still follow up to make sure that they're actually still dead. That's insane to me. That's insane. But upon seeing how Seba and the rest of the gang were able to disable the guns that were gave to everyone for the assassin, all the new assassins they just created, it's interesting how X, as soon as the gun does not work, he's like, it's fine, just do it the old-fashioned way. Bro pulls out the katana, and he's like, I'll just slice him up. And, of course, we knew Shin was going to get bopped. He was going to get clapped regardless, because it's not going to happen the way he thinks. But he did make it look cool. So, while Uzuki is throwing the whip around as per usual that has a spear, Shin is actually able to... He can't contend, he can't react, he can't defend, but he is able to still maneuver in a sense. So as soon as he finds the seat, and this just goes to show you how much of a crash out X was, the seat of the jet that he flew into the building still has the ejector function on it. It really means he rode the jet all the way through to crash into the building. That's insane. So Shin tries to get out of it by using the ejector seat to push him out the building so he can run away, because as he should, he's going to lose. He knows it, we know it. It's not new information. But as soon as he does the ejector seat, X in his crash out fashion follows him out of the window. And as they're falling to their death, to the floor, they have not stopped fighting. X is still throwing the ones with him, still bodying him, still throwing all punching kicks. And it's just crazy, the paneling when they show the page of the chapter where the guy's in the building with a cup of coffee, like walking past, and he just sees two men just coming down from the top of the building, and they're just throwing hands still. And the whole goal that Shin is trying to avoid is he cannot exude bloodlust at all, because he knows if he does, it's GG's, it's wraps. He knows he's getting cooked immediately, because the personality that's coming out is not playing with him at all. But both of them, after X throws him into the aquarium, basically falling from this long fall, they're in the aquarium in the water, and Shin is basically like, I think I know basically how to maneuver. He can maneuver in the water. Shin's like, okay, this is my best bet. And while X is having like a flashback of when him and Rion used to be back in the day and how Rion used to like aquariums, you can see that like maybe his personality alters. And so now Rion is probably the personality that's present. But as he's like reminiscing and he's, thinking about her because he had to kill her himself, it's a shark that appears in the panel. And this is when I knew we were cooked. Because not only can human beings give out bloodlust, so can animals. So as soon as the shark tried to bite him, immediately the Takamura personality kicked in. That old man with the katana that slices anything kicked in, completely diced the shark, diced the glass, diced the aquarium, diced all the fish, the people nearby. In one fell swoop, he just demolished the whole thing. And Shin is on the ground with his mouth in the water, bubbling, mind you. Like, what's that movie, Medea? The Diary of a Mad Black Woman, when Charles was in that bathtub with them bubbles because he couldn't get up. That's how Shin was looking. It was all bad. We knew it was downhill from there. And so literally, as soon as this Takamura personality wakes up, we know it's all bad. Because we had Sakamoto, we had Nagamo, we had Gaku, we had... Who else do we have? Shishiba tried to box him. Osaragi tried to box him. No one has been able to box his personality. And they've been trying to not exude bloodlust for that exact reason. Because he does not have no brakes. It's all gas, no brakes. He's cutting every single thing. And so now, Shin really needs to lock in. But I hope, because Shin's a telepath, that he's able to get in there and kind of like mess with the personality, since he's the only one I think that could mess with that. But if he looks into his head and he's like, I can't even do it, he's cooked. He's cooked. And who's coming to save him? Because as I said, This personality's undefeated. Like, he's not 0 for 5. He's 5-0. Like, everyone who's beaten X has never beaten the personality. And so, even the personality he got it from, and this goes to show you how Old Man Takamura was busted, because the only way that Takamura lost is because X copied his personality and was like, I gotta get out of this. He became the old man in order to beat the old man. And now the personality runs rampant. That's insane. We're stuck with what we're stuck with. So we got two options. We can have any Order member jump in there to help him, which, to be fair, they're in the aquarium. I don't know who would be there for that. So he's either going to kidnap... No, they can't kidnap Shen. He's going for blood. He's going to do kidnappings. That personality doesn't kidnap anyone. It slaughters everyone. We saw. When we saw Takamura grab that man's nose through the stall and then cut the whole stall in half, or when a fly went past his eyes and it made him jitter, and so he cut the whole car in half... No. He was asleep when he did it. There's no, it's just victims. It's just victims. There's no captives, no prisoner of war. There's no jail members, no prisoners. It's just, you're either cooked or you're cooked. And if he doesn't cook you, he's going to keep on going until he cooks you. That's really important. But that's a Sakamoto Days chapter for you. And that's all I got on it. It's a wild chapter. Can't wait for next week. Again, continue to touch grass. Y'all be easy. Peace.